Hi, this is Chris from the Stephanie Miller Show. Please enjoy this exclusive clip from Political Voices Network.
Oh, well, hi. Sorry, I was just contemplating the end of the Trump administration, so and its campaign.
I don't think
So you caught me off guard.
I don't think I've seen you smile as much as I have in the last 3 weeks. It's really...
Everyone is smiling all the time because we're happy warriors.
Right, joyful warriors. Malcolm, I played that Tim Walz drop because of your piece. J.D. Vance is a swift-boating blue falcon, which means buddy. So explain that to us, first of all. I was like, what does this mean? You said in the military, we call vets who attack other vets blue falcon, which is an acronym for buddy.
Oh, my goodness.
J.D. Vance has decided to be that guy, the one we warn service members about, a person who does not have your back, who doesn't have your six, as they say, right, in the military.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah, Corporal James D. Hamill of the United States Marine Corps, also known as a military journalist who spent 1 year in an air-conditioned facility in Iraq, which, by the way, was dangerous. Anyone who went to Iraq at any time, they would attack you with mortars. It was dangerous on the highway, not discrediting. He went there. He did his service, which was the right for the Eagle and Crescent-based newspaper for the 2nd Marine Air Wing. That was his job. For any veteran whatsoever to go out and do swift boating. Yeah. And in case you guys forgot that, swift boating was where a group of veterans from the swift boat community in the Vietnam War disgraced themselves by attacking John Kerry and claiming his Silver Star and 3 Purple Hearts were all bull and fake, and that he's a disgrace and shouldn't have been in the military, and that helped tank his presidential campaign.
Yeah.
The person who coordinated that attack, Chris LaCivita, Trump's current campaign manager. So any veteran who swift boats another veteran, which is another way of saying character assassination, disgraces themselves. The swift boat veterans, their word is in the Oxford English Dictionary to mean character assassination, but to do it, they spooked all over themselves.
And
that's what J.D. Vance is doing.
And Malcolm, you wrote a whole piece about the history of that. God bless our friend Carlos Alzraki, who's coming up. But, when he was we should pick Wes Moore because he served in the military. They can't attack that. It's like, really? Have you been paying attention to forever? You talk about Tammy Duckworth, Max Cleland. It doesn't matter how many limbs you've left on the battlefield to Republicans. They are disgusting on this issue. As you said, it's almost a given. If a Democrat has military service, Republicans will attempt to swift boat them, period.
I know. Max Cleland, all right, who was a great senator from the South. I think it was Georgia.
Yeah.
He lost an arm and 2 legs in Vietnam, went around in a wheelchair, the biggest advocate for veterans that the United States has ever had. They put pictures of him morphing into Osama bin Laden and called him a traitor.
Yes.
Now, you and I know that Malcolm Nance wouldn't tolerate that. I'd get on TV and start calling you all Blue Falcons. But these guys wanted to maintain the high road, and they think that Democrats who are veterans, when attacked, won't attack back.
Yeah.
And that's where we have to prove them wrong. Any of you who are military family members, because you suffered as well and served as well, you have to push back. And this attack on Tim Walz is ludicrous. A Marine corporal who served 4 years and going up against a guy who was 24 years, that's 4 years past your retirement date, who lost his hearing.
Right, who could have retired at 20 years, Malcolm, but signed after 9/11, signed up again. Right? And,
I know.
And as you were, and retired a good year before his, I think you said this, Walz put in his retirement papers to run for Congress, and a year after he retired, his unit went to Iraq. He had been elected to Congress by the time they departed and was serving the nation in another capacity, helping veterans.
And here's the kicker. He put in his paperwork 2 months before anyone ever noticed that they might go in a year. Actually, it was 14 months.
Yeah.
And here's my favorite part about this story, right? These guys go, he should have wanted to go to Iraq and fulfill the greatest duty of sacrificing and fighting. The man went after a quarter century to serve America in another capacity. Any veteran that uses that thing that this is stolen valor or he's a coward, that's fight. Those are fighting words.
Yeah.
And Dems need to fight on this. But here's what we should do right now. Effing ignore it. Because you know what? This is what Republicans do.
He answered it perfect. Just listen to this again. I got to play this again. Tim Walz yesterday.
And I firmly believe you should never denigrate another person's service record. Anyone brave enough to put on that uniform for our great country, including my opponent, I just have a few simple words. Thank you for your service and sacrifice.
Pure class. Right?
Yeah, but any other veteran would have said, and STFU. So, no, really, because that's how we talk to each other.
Yeah.
This has turned into what I call veteran versus veteran warfare. The Republicans literally created swift voting, and the only thing you should do is shout it down. Tim Walz is a hero to this nation.
Yep.
He served for 25 years before he became a coach, a school teacher, gave up his career, went and become a member of Congress. He is an enormous supporter of veterans.
Yep.
Quite possibly one of the best. And he's the same rank as me. He's just not as shouty now because he has the capacity to be very shouty. But he's, that Minnesota nice.
Exactly. My favorite line in your piece is Chris LaCivita, the man's a one-trick pony, and the pony's name is Swiftboat. But you just, quickly before we finish just this topic, you talk about this phrase stolen valor, and you say back when I was when you were on MSNBC, you said I was accused of stolen valor on almost a daily basis. I mean,
daily.
Say more about that.
Yeah, but here's the kicker, Steph. The people that were accusing me of that every day either never served in the military, but there's this entire class. I have this in my memoir. There is an entire class of disgraced right-wing white guys who thought that by attacking me, they would rise back in the eyes of Donald Trump. Here are some of those names. Jack Posobiec was the Navy guy who created Pizzagate. He went into Comet Ping Pong in Washington, D.C. with a video camera claiming there were secret sex dungeons for children in the basement, and it led to an armed SWAT standoff. Yeah. The Navy kicked him out, but before they did, they made him the urinalysis officer for 3 months. He had to watch other men pee in a cup. That's how we deal with it. Scott Ritter, the guy is a convicted pedophile, actually comes after me on his Russia Today sponsored show all the time. John Kiriakou, CIA officer who went to prison for outing other CIA officers, literally made up a story about me, and they all go, "You stolen valor." No, what it is when I offer, I have a $25,000 cash standing bet for all these guys who come after me, and they go, "I'm not going to give you money." And it's like the only way you're giving me money is if you're a liar.
Right.
And these people are liars. Yeah. And they will go after any Democrat. Wes Moore, Jesus. I can't even imagine the amount of vitriol a black veteran would have got.